Laura, you moron! How many times do I have to say it? I can't stand wearing wrinkled shirts. Just take a look at this piece of garbage you made me wear to work today. It's a total mess.
Cooper, what on earth are you talking about? I took the time to carefully iron your shirt and hung it in the wardrobe for you to wear to work today. What more do you expect from me?
Then what the hell is this thing I'm wearing, huh? It's a wrinkled disaster, like it got trampled by a damn car or something. Do you think I have vision problems or what? Explain yourself to me, you absolute idiot.
I genuinely don't understand what could have happened. All I can tell you is that I ironed that white shirt with the utmost care and hung it in the wardrobe for you. I have no clue how it ended up like this.
Oh, great job, genius. A white shirt? Are you completely brain dead or what? I clearly told you I wanted the blue one, not the freaking white one, for work today. Do I have to smack some sense into your thick skull to get you to wake up? You pathetic excuse of a woman?
Are you forgetting something? You specifically asked me to iron the white shirt for you. I even kept the note you left on the fridge yesterday as a reminder.
Are you seriously that stupid, Laura? When I clearly say I want the blue shirt, it means the blue shirt. No room for questions. Maybe I initially thought of wearing the white one, but I changed my mind and wanted the blue shirt instead. We've been married for over 3 years, so the least you can do is comprehend what I want, alright? If you can't even handle something as simple as this, then what good are you, huh? Just a useless lump of flesh?
Cooper, I think you're being unreasonable right now. Anyways, I'm quite occupied with the housework at the moment. Can we please discuss this later?
Oh, really? What's with this arrogant attitude of yours? I'm not finished lecturing you yet, you scatterbrain. And by the way, I just checked my lunchbox, and oh my goodness, it's absolutely horrendous. I'd rather starve myself than eat this pig slop you've packed.
What do you mean by that? What happened with the food I prepared for you? Can you please explain?
Oh, so now you call this thing food? Even pigs would reject this garbage. It looks like a lunchbox filled with a dumpster fire. No kidding. Tell me, are you attempting to poison me with this abomination? It's as if you pluck it straight out of the trash can or something.
Honestly, what is your issue with the food I prepared for you? I never claimed it was some super fancy gourmet meal, but I did put effort into making it for you.
Are you seriously that dumb that you can't even tell the difference between food and trash? Take a good look at what you packed for my lunch. It's nothing but fried food. Fried chicken, fried shrimp, fried cabbage, fried everything. It's as if you're trying to give me diabetes and make me die faster so you can take over my house or something.
I genuinely don't understand where this is coming from, Cooper. Have you completely forgotten what you told me? You specifically asked me to prepare those foods because you enjoy eating them and said they were delicious. I'm really struggling to grasp this sudden change of heart. I am honestly confused about what you truly want from me.
What? When did I ever say that? Stop twisting my words. If you were a good wife, you would understand what's going on in my head and change the entire diet to suit my liking. Don't you comprehend what telepathy is? It's the ability that apparently develops between husband and wife after spending a certain amount of time together. So answer me, why haven't you unlocked that ability yet?
Cooper, I honestly think you're not being very reasonable. Are you expecting me to read your mind? I'm just a normal human being, not a magician. If you want something, you need to communicate it clearly instead of keeping it to yourself and then expecting me to magically know and fulfill your desires. That's simply impossible. It's like you're placing unrealistic expectations on me.
How dare you forget your role around this house? It's your duty to support me and cater to my every whim and desire. Don't you remember that I am your husband? You're my wife, aka my personal helper. You should treat me like royalty, nothing less than that.
Treat you like a king? Aren't we husband and wife? Partners who are supposed to be equal? Why do you believe that the role of a wife is inferior to that of a husband in our household?
Are you kidding me? Stop with the jokes. We all know that a wife is always inferior to her husband, and her sole purpose is to slave away for him until she can't even breathe. It's common sense. Even a 3-year-old knows that. Don't you dare forget who brings home the bacon every day. Yeah, that's right. It's me and no one else. So pull yourself together and start behaving like a proper wife, will you?
Cooper, are you finished speaking? Because I have other things to attend to, and I won't be able to continue this conversation with you at the moment.
Oh, so now you think you're too important to even listen to your husband teaching you a thing or two about being a good wife, huh? Your arrogance is getting out of hand, Laura, and it's getting on my nerves.
Well, I'm actually helping our son clean his room. It's a bit messy, so I thought I'd lend him a hand and organize things a little.
What? How convenient for you to disregard your own husband and give your precious son the royal treatment. Do I mean absolutely nothing to you? Why does he always get the better lunchbox, perfectly ironed shirts, and everything superior while I have to settle for less? Tell me, does this seem fair in any way? You know how hard I work every day to provide for this family, and yet you're just going to spoil Darren rotten? It's me who deserves to be spoiled, not that arrogant little brat.
What? I'm not spoiling Darren at all. He takes care of many things on his own, and he even helps me out with the housework whenever he can.
I'm telling you, if you continue to raise Darren like this, he'll eventually turn into nothing more than a lazy couch potato, lounging around the house as if he owns the place. You're molding our son into a male replica of yourself. A total pathetic loser.
What are you talking about, Cooper? How could you say such terrible things about our son? He has a wonderful personality, and he certainly doesn't deserve all this negativity from his own father.
Oh, so you're offended by that. I was actually being lenient with my words. Let me ask you, what has Darren ever done that's remotely significant other than locking himself in his room all day, playing mindless games on the PC? He's wasting away his brain on those stupid games and other frivolous activities. Tell that good-for-nothing to step out of his room once in a while and actually interact with his parents. At this rate, he's gonna become one of those antisocial bums who needs a wheelchair to get around because of his lack of physical activity.
What are you talking about? You've never shown any interest in Darren or bothered to ask how he's doing once in a while. So why do you assume that he simply locks himself in his room and does nothing else?
Oh, please. Call it a father's instinct all you want. Enough of this nonsense. Let's focus on a more pressing matter, which is the disaster you call food in my lunchbox. If you ever dare to make food for me again, put some actual effort into it, okay? Because there's no way I'm going to consume this pig slop you call a meal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw everything in the trash and buy myself a decent meal. And guess who's going to cover the expenses? That's right, you! Ha ha ha! Consider it a punishment for your utter incompetence.
Laura, you ungrateful little monster. Cooper filled me in on everything. How could you subject him to such abuse? How dare you starve our son and make him resort to eating fast food instead? Are you even human anymore?
Huh? What are you talking about, Mom? I never starved him or did anything of the sort. There must be some misunderstanding here.
Misunderstanding? Are you suggesting that my precious son is lying? I see through your tactics. You're just trying to shift all the blame onto him to make yourself appear innocent. Not a chance in hell. I will fight for justice for my son. I will call the police and report a case of male abuse. And I'll make sure you end up in jail for it.
Look, Mom, if you truly feel the need to call the police, then go ahead. I haven't done anything wrong. I simply packed the lunchbox as Cooper told me to. However, he mentioned that the food didn't suit his taste and chose to eat out instead. See? It's not even a significant issue worth discussing.
What? Are you so incompetent that you can't even prepare a decent lunch for my son? What kind of wife are you? Consider yourself fortunate that my son still tolerates having a pathetic loser like you in the house. If I were him, I would have kicked your sorry ass out a long time ago. Remember why he married you in the first place? It was because he didn't want to spend a significant amount of money hiring a housekeeper every month, all right?
What? That's completely untrue. Cooper and I got married out of love, not for any other reasons.
Yeah, right. Like anyone would actually believe that. Even if Cooper did say something like that to you, he was probably just lying to your face. My son only married you to be his personal maid, serving him like a good little lapdog. The truth is, he wanted to save money by not hiring a housekeeper. And you know what he's been doing with that saved money? He's secretly giving it all to me so that I can enjoy my retirement in peace, without a single worry about money.
Wait, what is all of this? So, Cooper never truly loved me from the beginning?
That's right. You've been completely fooled by my son. Oh, and there's another little secret I haven't bothered to mention yet. I'm sure you're just going to be absolutely shocked when you hear it. In about 1 or 2 years, when I'm a bit older, Cooper's going to sneak me into your little household. We'll all be living together, and guess what? He's going to make you shoulder the responsibility of taking care of me for the rest of your life. Ha 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 ha! And let me assure you, I won't go easy on you. Once I move in and settle with you, I'm going to make your life an absolute nightmare.
What? You're suggesting that you're going to move in and live with me and Cooper? Absolutely not. You know very well that I won't accept such a thing. Don't you remember why Cooper and I had to move out in the first place? It was a nightmare living together with you. You constantly found new ways to torment me, whether it was through verbal or physical means. I vividly recall a time when I was pregnant with Darren, and you forced me to do an excessive amount of chores, leading to me fainting and being rushed to the hospital.
You've got some nerve convincing my son to move out, huh? Well, don't worry, because I'll just move in and join you two. Once I'm there, you won't be able to do a damn thing to make me leave. I'll stay there forever, like a relentless ghost, haunting your miserable existence. I'll make sure you slave away from me until your last breath. Oh, I'm so excited about it.
Hi, Mom. Can I ask you something? I wanted to have a direct conversation, but I'm worried it might make you uncomfortable, so I think texting might be a better idea.
Oh, absolutely, my darling. What would you like to ask me about?
I don't want to intrude or anything, but I've noticed that you've seemed down since yesterday. Did Dad say something insensitive and upset you again?
It's nothing. Just the usual complaints about trivial matters. But don't worry, son. I've learned to brush it off and not let your father's words affect me anymore. I'll be just fine, my dear.
Seriously? Why does he always have something against everything you do? No matter how hard you try to take care of our family and contribute to the household, he never acknowledges it. Instead, all he knows is how to constantly belittle you. It really gets on my nerves, too.
Don't worry about it, Darren. You're still in middle school, and the best thing you can do is stay focused on your own tasks and not worry too much about me. You know your mom's strong. I'll be absolutely fine.
No, Mom. I'm well aware that Dad has been mistreating you, and it's completely unfair. Why don't you consider divorcing him? I understand that it would be challenging to live without a father, but I'm already mature enough to handle it. I'm not a kid anymore, and I believe I'll manage just fine.
It's not that simple, my dear. You see, I'm a housewife. And I still depend mostly on Cooper's income. If I were to divorce him now, I'm afraid I might lose custody of you due to my unstable financial situation, and that's something I really don't want to happen, Darren.
Look, Mom, you don't have to worry about anything because I've already figured it all out. All you need to do is file for divorce, and then leave the rest to me.
What do you have in mind, Darren? I really don't want to burden you with this. It's my own personal matter with your father, so it should be me who handles it. You're still too young, and the last thing I want is to upset you with these kinds of things.
I'll discuss my plan with you when I get home. I promise you that I've thought everything through, and you'll be able to escape Dad's abuse soon. Just trust me on this, alright?
Hey, Laura, you clueless imbecile. I know you're probably engrossed in your favorite pastime of scrubbing toilets or engaging in other menial tasks, but I have something important to talk to you about. So drop everything you're doing this instant and lend an ear to what your oh-so-wise husband has to say.
What is it, Cooper? I'm a bit occupied right now, so I'd appreciate it if you could keep it brief.
What? So, when your own husband tries to tell you something important, you outright dismiss it and claim to be too busy? Do I need to hit you in the head for you to wake up and recognize your role in this family?
What? I never said anything about refusing to listen. Can you please stop being such a jerk all the time? Just go ahead and tell me what you have to say, Cooper.
Listen up. Here's how it's gonna be. Starting tomorrow, Mom is moving in to live with us, and I expect you to clean and reorganize the entire house to ensure her utmost comfort. She's my precious mother, and she deserves to be treated like royalty. You understand? Let me make it clear. If you dare to disappoint my mom in any way, I'll make sure you suffer like you've never experienced before.
What? Your mom is moving in with us tomorrow? Why did you ever mention this to me? Don't tell me you conveniently agreed to it without discussing it with me first.
How dare you think I need your consultation? It's my duty to take care of my own mother, and I don't need your approval, understand? Or perhaps you have some issue with it. Oh, I see. Your minuscule brain has already forgotten the responsibilities of a wife. Then let me remind you again. Being a wife means surrendering oneself as an eternal servant to the husband's family until one's pitiful existence ends. If you have the audacity to refuse looking after my mother, then you don't deserve to be called my wife. In fact, you're nothing more than a stranger to me.
Wow, you totally nailed it. That's exactly what I was gonna say. From now on, you and I are like total strangers because I've already filed for a juicy at-fault divorce. I'm done with all the crap you've put me through during our time together. Oh, and by the way, I'm packing my bags and getting the heck out of that house today. I'm taking all my stuff with me, so don't even think about trying to stop me. Consider this my final mic drop.
Oh, I see how it is. You think you can just divorce me and waltz out of here? Unbelievable. Who do you think you are, acting all high and mighty? You've really crossed the line, you know that? You crazy woman. Let's not forget, dear Laura, that you don't even have a job. Even if we end up in court, it's pretty clear who will get custody of Darren. Do you really want to take that risk? Are you willing to jeopardize your own son's well-being just to satisfy your selfish desires? Think long and hard about the consequences of your actions, because they will come back to haunt you.
Well, there's really no need to be concerned about that. No doubt that Darren will stay with me, his loving mother. By the way, you're headed for a cozy little jail cell soon, Cooper, so you don't have to worry about me and our son. We'll be just fine without you.
What? Me going to jail? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Cut the crap with your baseless accusations. I won't fall for your manipulative lies and empty threats. Why don't you take a good hard look in the mirror? Because it's clear you're the one making a fool of yourself here.
Oh, Do you seriously believe I'm just bluffing, Cooper? Think again. Here's the deal. Our son has been low-key collecting evidence of all your shady activities over the past few months. And let me tell you, the proof he's got is enough to land you in jail for a good long while. So, tread carefully and watch your back, because karma's got its eyes on you.
Hey, cut it out with the bluffing already. What's all this talk about illegal actions, huh? I seriously have no clue. So just cram, you fool. I see right through your little game of trying to scare me. But let me tell you, it's not having any effect whatsoever. So, if you wanna spook me next time, come up with something actually convincing, okay?
Wow. Seems like you're still in denial, huh? Well, let me jog your memory a bit. Remember that little thing called evidence? Yeah. It clearly shows you dipping into your company's funds for your own personal gain. Ringing any bells now?
Huh? How did you find out about that?
Hey, guess what? Our super smart son, Darren, cracked your computer password and dug up all the dirt. He found every last bit of info on your shady dealings and how you swiped your company's cash. Oh, and just so you know, Darren made a bunch of copies and handed them over to me. I'll be taking those straight to the police. No doubt about it. So, get ready to face the consequences. You're bound for a comfy jail cell, and there's absolutely no escape in sight.
Wait, hold up. This is impossible to accept. How in the world did some middle school punk outsmart me, huh? He's just a lazy couch potato who knows nothing besides lazing around all day. I bet he can't even clean his grubby butt properly. So how on earth did he pull off something as complex as hacking into my computer and stealing my precious data? That makes zero freaking sense. Come on, you gotta be messing with me, right? I know you are.
It's incredible how you constantly underestimate Darren and his abilities, isn't it? Well, here's a little reality check for you. He's actually much smarter than you give him credit for. Whenever he's in his room, he's always immersing himself in computer knowledge, trying to learn as much as possible. And guess what? He's also passionate about studying the law, and his biggest dream is to become a police officer working in the cybercrime unit. So, what do you have to say for yourself now, Cooper?
Give me those damn pieces of evidence this instant, you cow. I promise you, I won't show any mercy for your treachery. Hand them over now, and don't you dare make me say it again. Or do you actually want me to unleash my fury upon you, huh? Oh, don't worry. I'll save a special dose of my wrath for our dear son, Darren. I swear I'll trash him so brutally that he'll be knocked out cold. Is that what you really want, you wicked witch?
Whoa, check out Mr. Tough Guy over here. So, you want me to take these messages straight to the police and spill the beans about your abusive ways, huh? Trust me, they're not gonna take this lightly. Just take a moment to really think about it. Do you genuinely want to make your future prison sentence even worse?
You better shut your disgusting mouth. Tell me, where the hell are you and Darren hiding? Come out and face me like a real person so we can have a little chat face to face. Quit skulking around like a spineless coward. That is, if you truly are one.
Like I said, I've already moved out and taken Darren with me. We're renting a new place to live in. With the money Darren earned throughout his school year combined with my savings, we'll be able to live just fine until I start my new job.
What? You're in some new place now? Get your butt back here, you dimwit. You're my wife, and it's your responsibility to come home and take care of my mother. I'm dead serious, Laura. I'm not messing around with you.
Wow! Gotta hand it to you for being so devoted to your mom. You're like her little sidekick, always there for her. But hey, if I were in your shoes, I'd start looking out for myself first. I mean, let's face it, you can't just wiggle your way out of that impending prison sentence.
No way. This can't be happening. I can't go to jail. I have my mother to look after. Please, Laura, do me a favor and just get rid of that evidence, okay? Don't take it to the police. I'm begging you. Please come back home and I promise I'll fix things. I'll treat you better than ever before. The truth is, I never stopped seeing you as my wife. It's just that my judgment got clouded, you know? Listen to your loving husband. I'm still the same person, the man you fell in love with and married.
Don't waste your breath, Cooper. Seriously? Do you think I'm gonna buy into any of your lies? It's about time you face the music and pay the price for what you've done. And let me tell you, it's gonna be a hefty one. In the end, justice prevailed, and Cooper was sentenced to prison for embezzling funds from his own company. Upon hearing the news, Cooper's mother, Sylvia, was devastated. She reached out to me, pleading for help and promising to make amends. However, it was too late for any changes at this point. The amount of money Cooper stole was substantial, leading the authorities to confiscate all his assets, including his current house. This left Sylvia with nowhere else to go, and she had to seek assistance from a homeless shelter. I suppose that's the consequence of her ill intentions towards me. On a brighter note, Darren, my talented son, graduated from school ahead of schedule. He possesses a wide range of knowledge and skills in computer systems, programming, and related fields, allowing him to take on tasks typically reserved for individuals much older than him. I take great pride in having Darren as my son, and I am committed to working as hard as possible to provide him with the best opportunities in life.